So today, the family of Jocelyn Savage had a press conference so they can counter or respond back to some of the things that was said in the Gayle King R. Kelly interview. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for Morning Coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? So apparently, there was a press conference today held by the family of Jocelyn Savage. And one of the reasons why they decided to hold a press conference, I'm going to have to just, have to conclude, is because of the Gayle King R. Kelly interview. Now, during the Gayle King R. Kelly interview, R. Kelly said a few things and he dodged a couple of questions. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to play you a clip of the first gentleman that spoke at the press conference. I'm not sure if he was a lawyer or if he's just part of the family or if he's an uncle or whatever. I'm not sure what he is. Nobody was giving their name. I don't know. They wasn't introducing themselves well at all in my estimation. But I'm going to let you hear a clip of what he had to say, and then I'm going to have a couple of more clips later from Jocelyn's sisters. But I just want to say something real quick, and this is the problem when you have individuals that think because they have a little bit of celebrity or they have individuals that are in their corner, whether they're right or wrong, they think that they always have to try to get their story out. Sometimes the best thing to do is just sit and wait and be quiet. Sometimes that is literally the best thing that you can do for your career. Sit, wait, and be quiet.
Her two sisters are here, and they will have a brief statement to the press about their desire to speak directly to their sister. If there's nothing going on, if there's no problems and she's in a consensual, loving relationship with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, she could easily speak to her two younger sisters, her grandmother, her aunts, her uncles, her immediate family. We are in a battle to make sure that she is not a victim to the allegations that we've heard and now the charges that we've heard against Robert Sylvester Kelly. We know of 3 investigations, one of which has already led to 10 charges and 4 different victims, 3 of which are new victims. So we want the record to be clear that from the very beginning of this, the Savage family has brought this to light because they didn't want another victim. They didn't want the world not to know what was happening, but we also now want to provide facts and proof. Mr. Kelly stated on Gayle King's show that Mr. Timothy Savage provided his daughter on stage at a concert that Mr. Kelly was performing at. That is absolutely not true. And we have the ticket request and the ticket records that show that at no point has Mr. Kelly ever met Timothy Savage. Mr. Kelly's private manager, Ms. Cheryl Mack, provided the tickets on Sunday, May the 24th, 2015, to fly Jocelyn Savage out to the concert. We will provide proof and copies of this so that you can understand. It was provided by Cheryl A. Mack and sent to her email of an American Airlines ticket. So we would ask Mr. Kelly, if he has proof, show his receipts. He also indicated that these parents came forward after the money stopped. I can state here unequivocally that at no point have the Savages requested any money from Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. They have never received any money from Robert Sylvester Kelly. They don't want any money from Robert Sylvester Kelly. Now, he has settled at least 6 known cases with non-disclosure agreements with large substantial payouts to individuals. Maybe he's confusing those payouts with the Savages. And the question is, why was he making those payouts if there was nothing nefarious happening? We believe that there are enablers that have allowed Mr. Kelly to participate in the crimes that he's alleged to have committed, but we want the record to remain clear that at no point did Tim and Jocelyn Savage ever request, ever demand, ever receive any financial compensation from Robert Sylvester Kelly. We also have proof of an American Airlines ticket for one of the individuals that we believe is being held against her will, that was dated on April the 29th, 2015, which is clearly showing that she would have been underage when she arrived in the custody and control of Robert Sylvester Kelly. So again, the ball is in Mr. Kelly's court. Make Jocelyn Savage available to her parents in person in a neutral city or Atlanta, Georgia, so we can have a direct conversation with her about this alleged consensual relationship. And should you continue to defame my clients, you will see us in a court of law in Fulton County, Georgia, where we will prove exactly what we're saying is the truth. This was never about a legal case. This was about returning Jocelyn Savage to her family. At this time, I would like to ask her middle sister to come up and give a brief statement to show that Jocelyn Savage is not communicating with her family.
All right, so the gentleman said a couple of things. You could go back and listen to this as many times as you want. But the gentleman said a couple of things. But one of the main things that I want to point out that he said is that they are ready to bring charges up of basically if R. Kelly continues to go into the media and lie. So one of the things that they want to point out is that they're trying to say that Jocelyn's father actually sent her on stage or gave her to R. Kelly. That's how they try to make, that's how, R. Kelly tried to make it sound, or at least that's how they're trying to make it sound like that's what R. Kelly was saying, that the father actually at one point or another was okay with his daughter at whatever age that she was when she met R. Kelly, meeting R. Kelly and spending time around R. Kelly, by saying that he allowed her to go up on the stage. They're saying that they have proof and they have evidence that he wasn't even at the arena, and so there is no way that he could have sent her up on stage. You understand? So what they're planning on doing, it seems like, is that they're planning on going to the courts and taking it up with the courts. For everybody that don't know who Jocelyn Savage is, for the last couple of years, this is not new, y'all. Just this entire Jocelyn Savage situation is nowhere near new. She is actually the one that the uncle has been trying to get from R. Kelly, and the family has been trying to get from R. Kelly for 2 years now. They have been trying to actively get her from R. Kelly, but she is not a minor. She is a grown adult. So the police can't help, or, if help was needed. The police hands are tied. She's an adult. She's allowed to go wherever she want to go when she want to go there. That's period. Unless it's like bank after hours, I guess. But the point is that they believe that she's being held. She's mentally being manipulated. And that is his mechanism to hold her against, or should I say, keep her tied to him, chained to him. So what they're saying is that it's not a physical chain that he has on her, but it's a mental chain that he has, making her think that the whole rest of the world is out to get her, and the only one that isn't out to get her is him and the people that he keeps around him. So that's how she's feeling. Before we go any further, I want to say this. This is why it is so important to hug the kids. This is why it's so important to let your children know that you love them. This is why it's so important to treat family loving. Now, I don't know their particular situation, so I'm not talking on them specifically. But what I'm saying is, there are a lot of people that feel like since we're family, I can treat you bad. I'm not saying that this is what she went through, but I'm just showing that this is a real good example of why when we have the opportunity, we should be trying to treat people in our family well. Because right now, I don't know what the relationship was between the family and Jocelyn, but now she's not there. And for whatever the reason is, well, they love her, they want her there, but she doesn't want to come home. She doesn't want to call them. She doesn't want to be around them. You know, yeah, there could be some mental manipulation done by R. Kelly, but there is a point where you have to say, well, how did R. Kelly get it in? Why does she even believe any of these things? Now, I'm not trying to blame the family, and I'm not trying to blame her, and I'm not doing none of that. What I'm saying is, let's just try to make our family stronger. Because when we make our family stronger, things like this is more difficult to happen. It's more difficult to come by. It's harder to break up a united front. Anyway, I got another clip. This is going to be Jocelyn's. They call her the middle sister. I guess Jocelyn's the oldest. I guess this is the middle sister. And after the clip, I'm going to come back with my commentary.
Hello, I'm Jocelyn Savage, middle sister. Jocelyn recently has been out in the media lately being controlled by R. Kelly. And if people don't realize it by now, that most of the stuff that's being said in the media of her saying she's fine, she's okay, I'm not, being abused, she would have called home by now. She would have called my mom, my dad, she would have called my little sister, she would have called me, her grandparents, anybody. I know for a fact my sister is not okay. I know for a fact R. Kelly is mentally destroying her, and I just want her home. And I know that he has put a lot of things in her head that makes her think that the world, not just the family, but the world is out to get her, which is not true. And I just want her home and safe, and I want to know that she's okay. That's all I want to know. Thank you.
Alright, so one of the things that this particular sister, this is her middle sister, once again, they don't say their names. This is the middle sister, and one of the things that she seemed to allude to is a mental, I'm not going to say mental health issue, but that Jocelyn Savage, obviously, at least to them, because I don't know her personally, but to them, it seems like they have an obvious understanding that she's not, thinking like she would normally be thinking. The thing that leads me to say that is all of the different people that she named that she would have called. Like, think about it. Obviously, she was naming people who she spoke to on a regular basis before. At least that's what I would believe. That she was naming people who there's a good chance that Jocelyn Savage spoke to on a regular basis prior to coming into contact with R. Kelly. One more thing I want to mention about the first individual also. He kept calling him Robert Sylvester Kelly. It just, there's something sinister when you say somebody's three names, right? It's just, this makes it sound a little bit more sinister. So this sister's just leading to the fact that they believe that he's manipulating her mentally, obviously, and that she's acting outside of, for the last 2 years, she's acting outside of what her normal behavior would have been. So she's acting outside of normal behavior. She would have called someone if she wasn't being, and that's reasonable, right? That's reasonable. She would have called someone. She's called no one. Nobody has had no contact with her at all. This is not like her. We miss her. That seems like what she's trying to say. All right, so we got one more sister, the youngest sister, I believe. And then I'm going to play that clip, and then I'm going to come back with my commentary.
And just to further emphasize the damage that is occurring because of the lack of contact for well over 2 years, I would like to call up her little sister to make a direct plea to Jocelyn Savage.
I am Jocelyn Savage, little sister. I haven't seen my sister in 2 years, and it's very heartbreaking because I can't see her because I feel like she's being controlled by someone that doesn't want to talk to me. And plus, I haven't seen her and I haven't talked to her. At least she can call her family or me for my birthday, Christmas, or even talk or go to her grandfather's funeral for the most of sake.
Thank you, Jory.
Alright, so I'm not gonna hold y'all. Alright, so I'm gonna make this quick. The most poignant thing that this young lady said is that Jocelyn Savage didn't even show up to the funeral of one of her grandparents. Now, if you listen to what the other sister said she made it basically, she acknowledged the fact that it was abnormal for not only Jocelyn Savage to not have called her or her little sister, but also to not have called her mother or her father, and in addition to not have called her grandparents. Now, you're trying to tell me that somebody who they can't understand didn't call anybody, any of these people, had a grandparent pass away and they didn't show up to the funeral. I mean, y'all take what y'all want out of that. I just thought that was the most poignant thing that this young lady said that just stuck out to me. That you're basically saying that Jocelyn Savage didn't even show up to the funeral of a grandparent for whatever the reason might be. I don't know. I just think that was that hit hard. I don't know how anybody else took that. Anyway, leave the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think about this. Obviously, there's more footage out there. I might do another video on this particular topic today. I'm pretty sure I am. The parents also speak. I think I'm going to do a separate video for that. But obviously, it seems like their concerns are warranted. That's my point I'm trying to make. Their concerns are warranted. But this is why we have to keep our families tight. We have to stop thinking tough love, tough love, tough love. That's the only way to do it. We got to stop thinking like that. That's a slave mentality. I don't know their family. I'm not saying that that's what their family did. I'm speaking to y'all right now. I'm speaking to us, even me. We have to stop thinking that this fake tough love, because tough love is a fake love. Don't let nobody confuse you. All right? Anybody that thinks that they have to try to tear you down in order to make you better, they are not a friend of yours. That's military training. That's not family training. You feel me? They do that to you in the military, and they do that for a very, very important reason. That's not how you treat your family. That's not how you treat your friends. If you got a family member that considers that the only kind of love that they're going to give you is tough love, then you should probably stay away from that person. That person is trying to give you a mental health issue. Just keeping it a stat. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.